All right, well, folks, it's your boy Z Real here, and in this video, I'm going to once again educate somebody who clearly doesn't understand that biracials do identify as black, right? This is a woman here who clearly is something that does not understand African culture at all. She does not have no full knowledge of it, and she doesn't understand where biracials come from, why there's a lot of where's light-skinned people, where there's mixed race, right? She want to put a label on biracial saying they're not black, right? They're biracial, but biracial itself is not even a race. It's not even an ethnicity itself, right? So I'm going to basically put my own input in this. I'm going to show you, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you where she's wrong in this sense, but I'm also going to educate her and everybody else into this video, all right? So she's going to talk and I'm going to chime in.
To make this video as a part 2 to the video that I did about The Rock a few days ago. Now, I was watching a video from a self-proclaimed Negro nerd, and, shout out to the Negro nerds. Negro nerds need love too. He pretty much was showing this tweet that The Rock left in 2016, where NBC Black, they did a shout out to The Rock, and it said, shout out to The Rock who tops the Forbes list of the world's highest paid actors, and then they said hashtag Black excellence. So The Rock corrected them, and he said, bitch, thank you, since I'm half Black and half Samoan, the hashtag should be hashtag Blamoan excellence. Now, those of you who are in my comments.
All right, so first of all, let me correct on that. The Rock says, let's repeat this right. The Rock says, thank you. Since I'm half Black and half Samoan, the hashtag should be Blamoan excellence. Okay, that's bad. No, The Rock was joking, but The Rock is appreciative of his black race. Look at the fist right here, right? So again, man, she's misinterpreted what this means. Okay, biracials identify as both race. They are part of both separate races coming together, right? So again, they say black essence, right? Because they understand this man is a black man. His father is Rocky Johnson, a black man out of Canada, Nova Scotia, right? So again, then whoever this Negro nerd is, that he clearly does not understand at all, right? He's clearly, again, this is somebody who has been listening to the wrong people, all right? He's probably living in suburbs, all right? He probably got friends who are not black, so he doesn't understand this at all.
Section talking about Samoans, they black too. Stop.
Samoans have the same ancestors as we do, okay? Let the records show that the earth started in Africa. So if the earth started in Africa, our people basically walked around the entire globe, migrated everywhere, okay? The things you see the Samoans do as far as their tribal rituals and stuff, how they dance, how they chant, people in Africa have been doing that for centuries. That's actually been proven already. You don't believe me? Go look at these black museums. Okay, you can go on. You can go research that. The face paint, the war paint, the stuff they do. Our black people have been doing that for years.
Stop saying this divisive. They black like us. Paul Mooney said. Paul Mooney's a comedian.
Paul Mooney's more than a comedian. Okay, for those of you who know, Paul Mooney is a very, very intelligent black man. But see, Paul Mooney bases jokes around racial stuff, things that are racist in this country, okay? Paul Mooney has actually studied the African culture. That man has actually been to Africa and back, right? Notice how she's trying to downplay Paul Mooney because he's a comedian, so she don't want to take him seriously. Let the record show that most of these comedians outside that camera are very, very intelligent. They're very smart. These people are not stupid, okay? Yeah, they say they jokes, but they doing it as a day job. Outside that camera, again, these are entirely different people. Just like Eddie Murphy is, just like Richard Pryor was, right? And Red Fox. Again, Paul Mooney understands what his culture means. Okay? Look at some of Paul Mooney's interviews. His very serious interviews when he talks about the black race and politics. The man knows what's up already. He knows how evil this country has been towards the black man and woman. Paul Mooney also understands that the powers that be have tried to erase black culture. For example, when you look at some of these Egyptian movies, that's been done from some of Hollywood or 21st Century Fox or Turner Class movie, you see that the pharaoh is white. When the people who know the truth know that the pharaoh was actually a black man. The pharaoh and his queen were actually black. But the media would try to tell you that they were white. Like that Battle of the Gods movie? No, that movie was that Egyptian Gods movie, no, that was a lie. So just because Paul Mooney is a comedian don't mean he's stupid, okay? Again, this woman needs to stop judging people just because they are comedians. No, Paul Mooney understands the truth, right? Again, Y'all need to go and look at some of Paul Mooney's interviews. Go look at his how he does his stand-up. It's based on racial profiling and the problems that people go through with their race.
Boo. He's a comedian. I don't see anywhere where he has a degree in genetics, biology, anything like that.
You don't have to have a degree to study where you come from, Missy, okay? You don't have to have a degree to study your past. Paul Mooney has studied his past. You know who he is as a black man. He studied the culture. He knows that black people originally were gods, okay? That man even knows that Jesus was actually a black man, which it tells you that in Revelation. Yet some of these other churches, these evangelicals will tell you that Jesus was a man of white, blonde, not even blonde hair, brown hair and blue eyes. No, The Rock, aka Yahshua, because Yahshua was the name they was calling before Jesus came in. That was his true name. He was black. Paul Mooney understands that. Okay, so you can't, just because the man don't have a degree, don't mean he don't have knowledge of what he is and what he come from.
So for those who have the Israelite, because y'all like to come to my videos, shout out to the Israelites. Please don't take this offensively, like I'm personally.
This whole video you doing is actually offensive to all biracials who identify as black, and I'm going to explain that later on in the video.
Attacking you, but this is my beliefs. I don't believe in patrilineal descent, and what I mean by that is I don't believe that you are the seed of your father, so your racial determination is whatever your father is. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so last time I checked, if a man is born into a father who's either black, white, Chinese, Asian, Hispanic, whatever, that child's going to inherit it whatever their father is. Okay? Just like the last name given to us, right? We share the same last name as our fathers, right? When these women marry these men, their last name changed. They don't use their maiden name no more. They use the last name that was given to them in the marriage because you become a union, right? So how could she sit there and say that you're not your father's seed when we come from our father's seeds inside the womb? Okay? A woman can't make a baby on her own. She has to have some type of seed. Okay? Just like we are the seed, just like we go to church, we say we are the seed of Abraham because Abraham had many kids. There's a song called Father Abraham, and Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons were Father Abraham, right? If you read Genesis, it shows you down the line which children come from who. It's a long list, right? But again, this is a woman who's unintelligent, who has not studied enough. She don't understand the culture. Okay? That goes for anybody. Anybody that comes from their father, anybody who's born into a family, you're going to inherit what your father is. Period. Okay? So again, Dwayne Johnson, his father is black. Rocky Johnson, right? Dwayne is black through his father. Okay? He is his father's seed.
To me, because there is no baby if your father's DNA, to make this video PG-13, we know what the real term is, but I ain't gonna say it. So if your father's DNA does not fuse with an egg, ain't no baby big.
Again, this is stupid. You sound stupid, man. This is why people need to stop trying to go on YouTube for views. Like I said, biracials or people who are interracial, okay, who are mixed race or supposed biracial, they're the result of a man's seed blending in with the opposite race. Okay, so the reason why The Rock looks the way he looks is because the black man mixed his seed in with a Samoan woman and had him, right? That's the result of it. So that skin gonna blend in whichever that is. So if you got a black man married to that has sex with a white woman, the kid gonna come out there looking like Christopher Reed. Okay, they're gonna come out looking like Steph Curry. They're gonna come out looking like Patrick Mahomes. Okay, Mariah Carey, you name it down the line. But again, I'm gonna get to more of that in a few minutes.
So that's what I'm trying to understand. Like, how do you not acknowledge the role that a mother plays in this? If you have two people who come from two different racial backgrounds, like The Rock, you're going to have a biracial child. Samoans themselves do not identify as black. Some of them may be biracial. And
all right, I'm going to correct you on that one. The Samoans who don't identify as black are pure Samoans, meaning they don't come from one of their parents are not black. Okay? That's what she doesn't understand. The Rock himself is not even pure Samoan. He's not even 100% Samoan. So you people who say you watch WWE, you need to stop saying that The Rock is more Samoan than black when that man is not even 100% Samoan. Okay? Because you want to know what 100% Samoan, I'll show you what a Samoan is. All right? The woman on the left is his mother. The man on the right is his daddy, right? Look at his dad's skin color, right? His dad is still black, but look at the mom's skin color, right? They skin blends in and made The Rock skin color. That's why The Rock looks the way he looks, because his dad looks the way he looks and the mom looks the way she looks. It's called DNA, okay? This is why people need to pay attention in school when it's being taught to you in class. This woman clearly did not pay attention in school. Her mom was on other things, okay? You could tell this woman probably failed biology. She probably failed her science test, all right? Because let the record show you genetics. When it comes to DNA, you know what I'm saying? When a chromosome meets another chromosome, you know what I'm saying? They gonna blend in, right? They mix. That man on the right seed, he put his seed into and fertilized the woman on the left's egg, and it made The Rock, right? This is what happens with anybody that's mixed race, okay? So again, no, we're not erasing what the mother is, but you still gotta acknowledge what his father is, okay? Because when you're born into a family, you're gonna be given your father's last name automatically, okay? Just like this woman's last name is her father's last name, unless she married. Unless you are married to somebody else, your maiden name gonna be your father's name. That goes for anybody.
Some of them who are biracial may identify as black, but those like The Rock, when you try to place them in a box, they will correct you.
The Rock said he's equally black and Samoan. That means he's not denying neither side. He's not denying his black side, okay? He's saying he identifies as equally black, okay? The man just said it in the tweet you just showed. And again, I got the Twitter where he's correcting somebody, man. He does it the right way, and I'm gonna show you that. Matter of fact, since we're on the subject, let's go on. Let's do this, right? So I want y'all to see this, right? He says, this is replying to @audience_ of one @pinka_ LA and @ginger pimper nail, all right, whatever they call their names. Or he says, glad I came across this, and I'll give you guys some context and truth. I identify exactly what I am, both. Again, keyword both, all right? Equally proud, black Samoan. And my friend, let me expand your thoughts a bit here. I transcended race and wrestling, so there was no book that way. So again, guys, if you saying he's not been booked as black, that means he wasn't booked as Samoan either. Okay? This is why you can't say he's more Samoan than black. All right? Again, this woman does not understand about mixed race. Because I guarantee you call some of these biracials saying they're not black, they're going to get into a fight with you. You're going to be finding yourself in a very heated debate. Okay? That's why it's very dangerous to be putting these type of videos out. Okay? Because they spread confusion more so than it is helping somebody.
Look at The Rock here. Okay, somebody made a good point. I saw on Wikipedia that it says his dad is a black Nova Scotian.
All right, so let's look at what Nova Scotian is. All right? Let's see. So Nova Scotia, right? Let's look at that. Nova Scotia, Latin for New Scotland, French, Nova is a Scottish, is one of Canada's 3 maritime provinces and one of 4 provinces that form the Atlantic Canada. Okay, so that's Nova Scotia. Let's see. Black. Let's see if they got a term for black real quick. Okay, so here, so black Scotians, black Nova Scotians are black, right? I'm reading you his term now so y'all can pay attention. Y'all can understand, right? Black Nova Scotians are Canadians whose ancestors primarily date back to the colonial United States as slaves or freemen and later arrived in Nova Scotia, Canada during the 18th and early 19th century. So again, that man's father, Dwayne Johnson's father, is Rocky Johnson, represents the black Nova Scotians. They were slaves who are free men who escaped to Canada to escape the slave master. All right? And let the record show that in the slave days, okay, there were many, no sense, black men and women who've had encountered sex with the slave master or slave master's wife. Okay, for those that watch Jungle Fever, that man's Flipper's father said that there were white men who were going down to the slave quarters, grabbing up every piece of black poontang they could find, meaning these slave masters was raping these black women out their will. Okay, because a slave was a person that's been bought, right? So when these Portuguese, these British, you know what I'm saying, Colombians, these French, these Spanish all came to not only Africa, but everywhere in the continent. They started enslaving people, right? They were having sex with our black men and women. They've been making many other children who are biracial. You had slaves' wives who were raising children who weren't even 100% black. Okay, that's where that comes from. All right. So again, this is why this woman did not do proper research when she did this video. Of course, okay, yeah, it's good she has an opinion, but you can't have an opinion and be spreading lies and be spreading falsified information because it doesn't make sense. Okay. So again, let the record show that a lot of people who are mixed race, who are supposed biracial, they come from a man and a woman who are part of two different races who got together, right? But again, that child equally identifies as both sides. It's no different than somebody that says they're bisexual, or somebody, a man and woman who has sex with both male and females. They go both ways. The same thing goes here. They're both, all right?
And anyone that doesn't know, it's in Canada. But when you look at him now,
again, I just read to y'all that most of these black slaves go to Canada to be freed from the slave master.
Now he does look like he's biracial himself. So it's like The Rock really isn't even a half black person. He's like maybe, I don't know, quadroon? Because
quadroon is not even a race. That's a slang term. Like octoroon, quadroon is a slang term. Again, The Rock just said he's equally black as Samoan. He's proud to be black Samoan.
His dad doesn't look full black. Like I said, look at him. Look at his skin tone.
Again, I just read to y'all what that means. It means a black Nova Scotian. His people, this man on the right's Rocky Johnson's parents, his great elders flee the country. They fled America to go to Canada and settled there. That man is full black.
Look at his hair. He looks like he's something else. And then you can see his mother.
Now you see how she's saying she labeled him based on visual effects. See, you can't have visual effects. You can't see. Seeing is believing, but you can't believe and you not use your head.
Clearly is a Samoan woman, and those are like, oh, there's black Samoans. She's not one of those black Samoans. A lot of Samoans have a high concentration of Asian descent. Another thing that...
Oh, and speaking of Asian descent, let the record show this has been proven. Most Asians have found out they come from black people. Okay? Yes, our ancestors, a lot of our black people, our ancestors also settled off in Japan, in China, in Korea, right? Most Asians are a descent of African. All right, and Samoans are a descent of us as well. Okay, but again, she's not going to tell you that the earth started in Africa because she's not one of those people.
That I want to point out in the video that I made was that The Rock looks white passing to me. That's just my opinion.
What's the point? What's the such thing as white passing? How is he going to be white when his parents are Samoan and one of his other parents, his mom is Samoan, his daddy's black? So how could he be white?
So let me show you other pictures of him where I'm talking about that.
Now, before we get to that, all right, let me show you what The Rock looks like, right? Again, let me show y'all something, right? I want you to get a good look at this picture here, right? This is The Rock back in the day, right? This is before he went to the WWE. This is when he was still playing for the Miami U. I want you to look a good look at this guy here, right? Look, notice how he's sporting a high top fade, all right? He's starting high top fade. He has the jewelry on, right? Look at it. He has the chain on. Earring to the left-hand side. Look at he got the watch, the wristband, right? Now, let me show you how The Rock identifies, right? Let's look at Alan Payne. Let's look at Alan Payne's from New Jack City, right? Look at Alan Payne. Let's see. Let's look at the picture of Alan Payne real quick, right? See, again, look at Alan Payne, man. If y'all look closely at Alan Payne, right? Does he not look like Alan Payne? Let me see if I could get a good picture. Let's look at Alan Payne real quick, right? So you look at Alan Payne's face. Does he not look like Alan Payne in any of these pictures, right? Look at Alan Payne's suit. Look at the chain on. Look at Alan Payne. The same hair, right? Look at it. The same hairstyle, right? The same haircut, right? Does he not look like that? Okay, that's what you gotta understand, right? Look, that's Alan Payne. This is Alan Payne from New Jack City. Look at all these photos of Alan Payne. Does he not look like that, right? Now, let's go to T.J. Henderson. Let's look at Taj Mari. So look at little TJ, right? Again, does The Rock not look like TJ right here? Look at the same type of haircut. Look at the curly hair. Look at the high top face. Look at the skin color, right? Does The Rock not look like TJ Henderson? Does TJ Henderson not identify as a black man? We've been calling him a black man for years. His sisters are black, right? So let's see something else, right? Now let's go to Jussie Smollett. And I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off with this, okay? But this has to be said. I have to do this. Now, Jussie Smollett, right? Now, we've been calling him a black man, right? We know he identifies as a black. He's a black gay man, right? This is Jamal Online on Empire, right? He is what his role is in real life. You know what I'm saying? How he is on Empire, this is how he is in real life. Man is really gay, right? He likes other men. But, okay, Jussie Smollett identifies as black, right? How many know that this man's father is a Caucasian Jewish man out of Russia? Okay? That man's father is a Jewish man out of Russia who married and got with his mother who was black. All right? Now, he said in interviews, he's actually stated and reported that his father don't like to be known as white. Okay? He don't like to be labeled as white. Collective records show white folks who Hitler believed in, blonde hair and blue eyes, have been trying to kill off Jews for years like they've been doing recently, right? So again, you better not dare call this man white. If you call this man white, he gonna look at you like you're crazy and he gonna be arguing with you. He gonna check you real quick, right? Now, this woman said in the video there are biracials who identify as black. The majority of the entertainers who look like Jussie Smollett, who are biracial, they all identify as black, right? Now, let's go here. Since we've been watching basketball, right? Let's visit Mr. Let's look at the Curry. Let's look at the Curry family. Now, let me see. Now, I don't know why they put Doc Rivers in there. That's stupid as hell. Yeah, let's look at the Currys, right? Now look at this picture. Look at the Currys, man. As you see, most of the Currys, right, are all biracial looking. They all light skinned, right? Yeah, we identify them as black. Now the mama Sonia Curry, her parents are obviously one of them are white and one of them black, right? Cause look at her eyes. She got hazel green eyes. Both Steph and his brother all inherit them eyes. Now Dale is a black man, right? Black man out of Carolina, right? And look at his girlfriend, Aisha Curry. She's her family originated from Canada, right? But she was also raised in Carolina as well. But look at the baby. Again, the Currys are identified as black, even though they look biracial themselves. Okay, so let's look at somebody else, right? Again, look at The Rock's haircut. Now, let's look then. So you say he's not a black man, right? Then what do you explain this guy? Now, let's look at Shamar Moore. Okay? Again, look at Shamar Moore, right? The same skin tone. Does he not look like a biracial to you? Even though, again, we've identified him as black. This is the majority of the entertainment industry, right? Look at Shamar Moore. Now, again, it's not the same as this guy. This guy has not changed at all. He's been the same skin color he has been for years. Okay? So, again, I know I'm pissing people off with that. Y'all don't like to hear that. It's just the truth, right? And let's look at another one, right? And this is for you pro-blacks. You internet revolutionaries, right? You are so pro-black. You know what I'm saying? This was a guy y'all looked up to. This guy was y'all savior. President Barack Obama. Now, again, look at Barack Obama, right? Now, I have you know Obama was born in Hawaii. His mother is Hawaiian, right? His mother is a Pacific Islander from Hawaii. His daddy is black. The Barack Obama is not even fully black, yet we called him the first black president. So my thing is, if you could accept The Rock as being the first black president, and you accept Shamar Moore, Jussie Smollett, Taj Mari, okay, and every other person in the industry who look mixed race, right, as black, then why can't you accept Dwayne Johnson as black? Tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Why is this woman going on here saying all these things that don't even make sense? Right? Why is she saying that? What gives her the right to say that? And again, I understand she has an opinion. But again, man, this man, The Rock is no different than those guys I just showed you. Right? This is what I still don't, it's not understanding. I'm still not getting that at all.
Now, he also has that Vin Diesel thing going on where you wouldn't know that they were mixed race unless they...
Now let's look at, since you talking about Vin Diesel, let's look at Vin Diesel. Let's look at what Vin Diesel is. see. Let's look at Vin Diesel, man. Let's see, Vin Diesel, right? Like, Diesel was born in Mark Sinclair in Alameda County, California, with his fraternal twin brother Paul. His mother, Doloria Charlene Sinclair Vincent, is an astrologer. Diesel stated he has an ambiguous ethnicity. His mother's background includes English, German, and Scottish. He has never met his biological father and stated, all I know is that my mother, that I have connections to too many different cultures. Diesel has self-identified as an identity person of color. All right. So again, he says he's a person of color, right? Because he don't know, again, his mother said this, right? He don't know who his father is, because why would you compare Vin Diesel to The Rock and he don't know who his father is, right? He says he has stated that his parents' relationship have been illegal in parts and parts of the United States due to anti-miscegenation law. He was raised in New York City by his Caucasian mother and African-American stepfather. So he had an American stepfather, but we don't know who his father truly is. So again, Vin Diesel does not count in this argument. Because Vin Diesel don't even know who his daddy is, right? We know who his mom is, but we know what his daddy is. So he doesn't count. So I don't know why you bringing Vin Diesel up in the conversation.
They told you. They both have the shaved bald heads. Now, contemporarily, The Rock is more so black looking because of his...
You just said he's more so black looking. So if he's more so black looking, then what makes him white? Okay? What makes him a biracial that can't identify as being black?
His beard. You can see the coarse hair. But aside from that, to me, he looks white passing. Even look at him in the past. Now,
again, how is he white passing? The man don't got an ounce of Caucasian in him, man. That does not make sense at all. Again, man, this is why ignorance meets intelligence.
Now, this was before he started doing the tanning and stuff. But he has a thin, aquiline nose. Look at his lips. Very thin. Even his hair. He looks like he could pass for white, Italian, something else. And even look here. He looks like he's racially ambiguous. If you don't feel he's white passing, then you could put him in other. But
no, you can't put him in either. This man is equally black and Samoan. The man has just said this right here, right? He says right here, I'm black Samoan. So again, that woman's video is not relevant at all. It's just a whole bunch of nonsense because this is somebody who don't understand what it means to be biracial. Because what I just showed you now, I'm going to show you actual Samoans, right? Let's look at Rikishi. Let's look at his cousin, right? I'm going to show you what an actual Samoan looks like. Again, The Rock is not one of these guys, right? These guys over here are pure Samoan. Look at the Rikishi. If you look at Rikishi, look, he's totally different. He doesn't dress the same way The Rock does, right? Look at Rikishi, man. Again, pure Samoan. This is Rikishi Fatu, man. Look at that, pure Samoan, right? Let's look at the Samoan SWAT team. Let's look at the Samoan right team, right? Because again, you cannot compare The Rock, you know what I'm saying, to these guys. Look at the clothing, right? Look how they wearing the Islander stuff, right? The Rock is not wearing none of these things at all. None of these costumes. Look at this. Right? Samoan SWAT team. Y'all see this, right? Just look at Roman Reigns. Again, look at Roman Reigns. You see how Roman Reigns is rocking his long hair. Most Samoans don't cut their hair off. That's been in wrestling. They all have kept their long hair as a traditional, because again, they're full-blooded. And you see Roman Reigns' tattoos. Look, his tattoo is completely on arm, right? The Rock don't have these same type of tattoos. The Rock's tattoos are completely different than his, right? Again, look at Reigns. Again, Reigns has the long hair. He's pure Samoan. The Rock has kept his hair cut. He does not look like this. That's The Rock, right? He don't have this long hair, right? And let's look at Umaga. Let's look at Umaga. Again, look at Umaga. Look at the face. Look at the face paint. The Rock ain't wearing none of this stuff at all. Look at his tattoos. This is all Islander stuff, right? The Rock ain't wearing no necklace like this. Okay? This is why you cannot be making these comparisons. Look, his thing says Samoan because that's what he really is, right? Look at Look at the face paint. Look at all of this. You don't see The Rock wearing none of this other stuff, all right? This is why y'all need to stop trying to say he's more Samoan than black, because he don't have none of this. The Rock's tattoo represents equally black and Samoan, right? You know what I'm saying? He like, and again, man, he said this already, right? He says he's equally black as Samoan. So again, man, this woman's video is not relevant at all. It's just saying a bunch of nonsense. Okay? Because this woman comes by as somebody who don't get it. She don't understand. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's basically contradicting herself.
My point is that we really need to stop trying to label everybody as black, especially if they don't want you to. I believe
The Rock calls himself equally black. That means he wants us to call him black. All right? The Rock said he transcended race and wrestling, but he's still black. That man, because to say The Rock is not black is basically disrespecting his father.
it's up to biracials to identify themselves. Another thing I need to point out is to biracials is that it's not divisive for me to tell you what you are. That Geno and that Pheno don't lie.
Why would you say Geno and a Pheno, man? No, it's a Geno, it's an egg, it's a fertilization, it's a chromosome, it's DNA, it's called DNA. There's no Geno and Pheno. You're basically trying to put them in a label. You basically said in this title, The Rock says he's biracial, stop labeling biracials as black, but it doesn't make sense because they can't deny who they are. Okay? This is why y'all gotta stop that. I don't agree with that MVP video neither. These things are stupid, right? Y'all need to stop trying to argue with me on a comment section and go back and forth with me. This man just told you he's black and Samoan. Okay, y'all gonna knock that crap off, man. It don't make sense. Right? Now we're gonna look at The Rock's story of his tattoos. And I'm gonna show you what he's talking about, right?
My Samoan culture or the work. We first started my tattoo artist. We talked for hours before the work was even started, and we said a prayer, and then we went to work. 60 hours of work, 3 sessions, 20 hours apiece. And as we're telling the story, it's a story about my life, and it's a story about my journey. But bigger than me and my life and my journey are my ancestors and my culture on my dad's side, on my mom's side, my black culture, my Samoan culture as well, all the things that are important to me from my family and protecting my family.
Let's rewind it again.
And as we're telling the story, it's a story about my life, and it's a story about my journey. But bigger than me and my life and my journey are my ancestors and my culture on my dad's side, on my mom's side, my black culture.
He just said his black culture. So for the dude who's basically your profile shows you of like the person who argued me, right? You ain't got no first or last name. You got no picture. You want to tell me The Rock tattoos don't represent black? You're lying. He just told you his tattoos represent his black side, right? Just as much as Samoan side, his life, right? So this is why y'all need to stop labeling biracials and putting labels on them. To be biracial is not even an ethnicity itself. Because let the record show, when you take these tests and you go to apply for a job and you label your category,